Hello, my name is Laura Vanderberg and I'm the Assistant Dean of Assessment and Planning in the College of Education and Human Development.
My name is Gary Chan. I'm the Web and Database Manager for the college.
Today we're going to tell you about TaskStream, an online e-portfolio and assessment provider. When you enter the College of Education and Human Development at UMass Boston as a matriculated student, you pay a student fee that goes towards your TaskStream account. You have a TaskStream account for 4 years. Today we'll show you 3 things. 1, accessing your TaskStream account. 2, using the account for assessment in a course. And 3, some of the basic features of TaskStream. The first thing that you'll need to do is log into your UMass Boston webmail. In order to do that, you'll go to webmail.umb.edu. Here you'll log on with your full UMB email address. So first name typically last name at umb.edu, and then your password. I've forgotten my password. It's okay, don't despair. You can open a new window or a new tab and go to UMB. And here you can click on email on the home page. There's a section down below on managing your password. You can change and reset your password here. So you can click on this link. It's going to ask you to either change or reset. Let's pretend we don't know the password, so we'll do reset. At this time, it will walk you through 3 questions that you would have set up for your user profile. So first we'll put my username in, and then the 3 questions come up. What is your favorite TV show? What is your favorite song? And who is the dean? You can choose to have the password generated, or you can create your own password. That indicates that your password has been reset. Now, if you haven't previously set up a profile through your UMass Boston email account, then what you'll need to do is different, and Gary will describe that.
If you never logged into the email account before and you don't know the password, you have to go to the IT service desk at the 3rd floor of the library and get your password reset there.
So if you have set up your account, you have your profile, you can do it online. If you have not, then you need to go to the Healy 3rd floor in the library and take your student ID?
Yes.
Take your student ID. At this point, I have logged into my email account, and I'm going to see that there's an email from TaskStream called TaskStream Confirmation. I'm going to open that up. It says, "Welcome to TaskStream." It says that my account has been created. So I can click this link here to start using my account. And my username at this point, this is a sample account, is student. So you should read through the user agreement, and if you choose to accept, then click I accept the agreement. If you choose not to, you can click decline. I'm accepting. Putting in my UMass email address, and I'm re-entering it. All of the accounts that are set up through the university are set up through your UMass Boston email address. A new password. And then choose a password hint, question. All right, so I want to pick something that will remind me of what my password was. At that point, you're into your account, and it will look like this. Welcome UMass Boston sample student. If you've forgotten your login, you can click here. You can enter your first name and last name, and your email address or your username. If this seems too much, you can always just go ahead and click Contact Us. You can email TaskStream or you can call them. They have great customer support and they'll pick up the phone and ask your information and then send you your login information. At this point, we've shown how to log into your TaskStream account. When you open your account, you'll be on the home page and you'll see a tab called Author. Under the Author tab, you will have directed response folios that you've been enrolled in. Today we're going to model using a Teacher Performance Assessment Portfolio, or a TPA Portfolio. The one we're going to model today is a TPA Elementary Literacy Portfolio. So when you see that portfolio under your Author tab, you just go ahead and click it. Once you've clicked that TPA portfolio, it takes you into the structure of the portfolio. And today we're going to show you a few things about the TPA portfolios. First, you'll see on the very top there's a tab called General Information. This will tell you about the TPA portfolio in general. There's nothing there, so we'll go to the Elementary Literacy tab, and this is where you'll see that there are handbooks for each of your subject areas. On this one, you'll see that there's a TPAC Elementary Literacy Handbook. You can click that to download it. This is the official handbook that shows you what the requirements are for the TPA. You can access this at any time through your TaskStream account and through this TPA portfolio. The next thing that you'll see will, up there, number one, we'll refer to in a little bit. So just remember that there's another tab up there and we'll come back to it. The sections below the overview for elementary literacy are each of the sections that you will need to complete for the TPA portfolio. You'll see that the top one is context for learning information. If you click on that, it will give you more information about that particular section. There are directions, and you'll see that there are file attachments. Again, the handbook is attached in each section, but that's just the general handbook. And then the first attachment is a template for that particular section for context for learning information. So each section has its own particular template. In this elementary literacy portfolio and in all others, you'll have a template designed just for that TPA subject and level. So what you'll do in each section is download that attachment for the template. And within this document that you've downloaded, you'll see that the TPA has provided you prompts, and then where you are to fill in information, they give you directions and open spaces. So in this one, you'll see that the directions are in red, indicate your response after the applicable option below. And then there are other options under 2 and 3 where you're to fill in information. So for each of these sections, you'll download a template that's for that particular section, for that particular subject, and that particular level of the TPA. You'll start to fill it in and save it to your local computer. You might want to create a new folder on your desktop or within some other folder that you can put your templates in. And just save it and then continue to revise. When you are ready, what you will do is upload what you've completed to this section. So on the bottom here, you see that there's an option to add an attachment. When you're ready to upload your completed template, go ahead and click Attachments. And it's just like uploading a file to an email or to any other online provider. You just find the file, choose it, and add it. And then if you click Save and Return, it will take you back. And you'll see now that under your section for Context for Learning Information, your new submission has been attached. So this is your template with your information in it. This is what you'll do for every section here for the TPA. You will download the template that you see in that section, complete it, and save it to your local desktop or folder on your local computer, and then re-upload it to that section using the attachments. Now the TPA has one rubric for evaluation, and if you click on Evaluation Method within any of the sections for the TPA and click View Rubric, it will bring up that rubric. So you'll see along the left the criteria that you'll be rated on, and then you'll see across the top the levels that you can earn, so 1 to 5. Within each criteria and each level, there's a description of what work looks like for that particular level and criteria. So if you're curious as you're starting to fill out your TPA, what does a level 4, what does a level 3 look like, you can open the rubric and see what the work description would be for that particular criteria and level. You'll notice that there are a variety of criteria. If you scroll down, there are many criteria that the TPA is looking for. And remember that these criteria go across all of the sections of the TPA. There isn't one rubric for each section, rather it's one general rubric, this rubric for the entire TPA portfolio. Now go ahead and when you close out of here, I'm going to take you back to that top section for elementary literacy and show you another attachment that we have that kind of explains the rubric a little bit more. So if you were to click on this first file, this shows the structure of the TPA. It's just printed off of TaskStream. And then if you were in another window to open the handbook for the TPA, it talks about what the tasks are. So what we've done in this file is merge information from the handbook and the rubric with the structure that you see on TaskStream, so you understand how they're all coming together. So the first 3 sections here on TaskStream are for Task 1, Planning, Instruction, and Assessment. The next 2, the video clip and instruction commentary, are for Task 2. The next 3 are for Task 3, and the last one's for Task 4. And then the rubrics go across all of those, as you can see on the right-hand side. And then we've noted with arrows which sections address academic language, which is a part of the rubric. So the rubrics go across all the sections, and then there are particular sections that speak just to academic language. So after you've been working on your TPA portfolio and in each section you have downloaded the template, you have completed the template, saved it locally, and then re-uploaded your completed template, when you have done that, you can do two different things. One, you can request comments from your supervisor. So you can see on the right-hand side here, there's a button for request comments. And it gives you the option to select which areas you would like to submit for requesting comments. You can click them all, or you can click specific one. You could request feedback on all areas or specific ones. So then you would click continue. And then from the list of instructors, you would select your supervisor, click continue. And then you'll get a notice that you have successfully requested feedback. This will send a reciprocal request to your instructor that says, this particular student has requested feedback on these sections of the portfolio. So then the instructor can go in, look at your request, and give you feedback. That's a chance to interact with your instructor in a formative way to get feedback along the way. Now let's pretend you are confident that your portfolio is complete and now you would like to submit it at the end of the semester for a grade. There's that button up top called Submit Work, and remember that when you click this button, this now is going to submit the entire TPA portfolio, all sections, not just one section, but all sections. So when you click Submit Work, again, you'll select your evaluator, your instructor, your supervisor for your practicum seminar. Then you'll submit it for evaluation. It will give you a timestamp of when that was submitted. You can print it if you'd like. It will remain in your TaskStream history. And then it shows up that you've submitted it and to whom you've submitted it. And at that point, a notice is generated to your instructor that your portfolio has been submitted for a grade and for scoring. If for some reason you mistakenly submit your portfolio before the due date, if for some reason that happens, please go ahead and contact your instructor, your supervisor, and Gary Chan and myself, and our contact information will be at the end of this training. So you can let us know, and with your permission, we can go ahead and go in and cancel that submission. But really, just wait until the end until you're completely ready to submit your portfolio. And we're going to show you today how you can set up a personal portfolio. In TaskStream, you can create a personal or professional portfolio. All of the information that you put into TaskStream is your own. It is not visible by anyone. Gary and I cannot see it. Your course instructors cannot see it. TaskStream cannot see it until you choose to share it. So this is confidential information until you choose to share it. We'll demonstrate creating a personal professional portfolio. So I will just type in UMass B student professional portfolio. That'll be the title of my new portfolio. I'm going to use a custom template, and these are ones that we've designed for you. So you'll notice that when you click that second radio button, you have this option to select the student professional portfolio template. This is something we've created that we thought you might want to consider using. The first thing you'll do is choose your layout. If you want a horizontal navigation, if you would like tabs across the top, if you want navigation going down the left side, or another type of navigation going down the left side. I think I'm going to choose left navigation 1. And then you can choose different themes, different colors. I think, Gary, what are we in the mood for? green. Ooh, that's kind of not pretty. That looks like pale green. Blue and gray. We'll do blue and gray today. All right. Then the next thing that you can do is you see these tabs across the top. You can edit your content. So we're going to look at how the portfolio is structured and then talk about editing content. You'll see here that this is the top level, the title of your portfolio, UMass B Student Professional Portfolio. We've given you a few sort of general categories that you could use to enter information that is relevant to your career at UMass Boston. One thing you could enter is your philosophy of education. This would be something that would be relevant for a teacher, possibly for a school counselor, possibly for someone in educational leadership. Then if you have advising goals or if you have flowcharts associated with your program, you can put them under learning plans or advising goals, and then there's a section for flow sheets. There is a section for course assignments. If there are certain assignments that you think you would like to access later or share with someone that demonstrate your knowledge and your growing capacities, you could put those course assignments here. There's a section for syllabi. There's a section for your resume or your CV. If you are going towards licensure, we have created a section for you to put in your MTEL scores or licensure information. There's a section for you to upload previous and current transcripts. And then there is a section called Other. You can edit these sections as you see fit. So let's, for example, go into course assignments and imagine that we want to add something. What we would do is add an area. So up at the top you see this little green plus icon. Click Add an Area, and it will be, it'll ask you if you want to add it under UMass Boston or under course assignments. I want it under course assignments because I'm going to upload a course assignment. I'm going to put UMass B sample assignment. And then create. And it shows up there. Here we are. And then here I can choose to upload sample assignments. I can go down below and upload text, slideshows, standards, attachments, videos, or links. I'm going to put an attachment in. And it just prompts you to choose something from your computer. Just going to choose this file as a sample. I'm going to name it Grants Survey. Choose to add the file. So it looks like it's been uploaded. I'll save and return, which will take me back to the general structure of the portfolio. And then we can see under course assignments, there's the UMass Boston sample assignments, and within there, the grants survey. I think it's a great idea for you to consider uploading all of your course syllabi. You can choose to put areas within this. You could organize it by semester if you wanted. You could say fall 2012, spring 2013. Within those semesters, you could upload the syllabi that you used during those semesters. You could organize it by area, core courses and electives. You could organize it by content. If you have courses on reading, courses on math, and courses on another subject area, you could organize it in that way. Whatever makes sense for you. Often what we see is that students leave UMass Boston and later want to be able to transfer their credits from here towards licensure or towards another graduate program. And in those cases, they will ask for some sort of documentation of the courses that you've taken previously. If you upload your syllabi right away during the semesters that you take these classes, then you'll always have access to that information if you need it in the future. If you want to publish or share this, you can, and Gary's going to walk you through how to do that.
When you go ahead and click on Publish and Share tab on the top right here. And there's a few ways to share. You can email this folio to someone by clicking on here, or you can publish it will generate a link so you can send to people
Mm-hmm.
for sharing. Also, if you want to create a PDF out of the folio, you can click on create a printable PDF and you can send that along. I'm going to go ahead and email this web folio.
Well, send it to me so that it shows up in my inbox.
There's another great feature here. You can actually password protect these. So if you want to put a password on there, we can go ahead and put in a password. And then we go ahead and send the message. And there you go. It was sent.
Okay, let's go see if it's there. We're checking our email to see the portfolio that we created. This web folio, the UMass B Student Professional Portfolio, was shared with me. I do need a password, so I'm going to copy that password. I'm going to go look at it. Put the password in, submit it. And then the people with whom you share this account and this portfolio can look at it. You can see only the edits that I made under course assignments. There it is. I'm going to show you on the UMass website under our college a facts page that has helpful information. So if you go to the College of Education and Human Development and then down to Student Resources, we have a page for TaskStream that has frequently asked questions. Click over here on the right to see the frequently asked questions. Relevant information that you might want to be able to access is here, specifically information about what if I forget my login information, how do I access tech support. If you click on these, we've provided links for you to go directly to TaskStream to get your password and your login information. If you have questions, you should always feel free to call TaskStream. The 1-800 number is here, and you can email them as well. They have longer working hours than Gary and I do, so you can get in touch with them after 5 p.m. on weeknights and weekends. Thank you very much for watching this video about TaskStream and how to use it for assessment through the TPA Portfolio. If you have questions about how to access TaskStream, if you're having login difficulties, you should contact TaskStream. You have the phone number in the beginning of the training, and you can always click request help from their page. If you have questions about the technical aspects of the portfolio, you can contact Gary and myself. If you have questions about the content of the portfolio and how to complete the portfolio for content in your classes, please contact your instructor of your seminar. Thank you.
Thank you.